Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I am frozen. If you are listening to this via podcast, then welcome. If you are watching this, welcome. Yes, now I'm not frozen. Anyway, hello everyone. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Today we have an interesting video, right? We're talking about the eclipse, and eclipse season is upon us. If you didn't know what eclipse season is, I will explain it to you. But today's video, we're diving deep into the cosmic waves of upcoming eclipses. So we have the Lunar Partial Eclipse in the sign Pisces. That will be September 17th. And the Solar Annular Eclipse in Libra, which will be on October 2nd. They're not in relation to each other other than they are together, and eclipse usually happen 2 weeks apart. That's why we have eclipse season. These powerful celestial events are set to shake up some things and bring some transformative energies that will not just impact you and me, but also the collective, right, and the world. Because one of the eclipses, that is when we had the Hamas attack on Israel. So that was the eclipse energy there. So just so you know why this is important, how this can really change a lot of people's lives, politically, the world at large, or individually, personal growth. We're talking about relationships. I will be sharing what these eclipses mean for you. So keep watching, and also grab your favorite drink, which I forgot to get my water. So I will be grabbing that eventually, but don't forget to like, subscribe, do your due diligence as a watcher, and let's get on to this amazing video, shall we? Okay, so please, like I was saying, do your due diligence as a YouTube watcher. Please, please, please. It helps me out so much if you like this video. If you are listening via podcast, please download this episode. That helps me out. Rate this podcast, thumbs up this video. Just please. That helps me. And if you love astrology, if you love tarot, if you love predictions, do me a favor, tip me by thumbs upping this video. Okay, anyway, after you, if you can remember, even after, if you're one of those people like, no, you got to earn it, boo, I will earn it, trust me. You will see. And don't let I just want to say too, I have a newsletter, and the link is down below. And the newsletter not only gives you the weekly transits and summarize everything and keeps you in touch, but it also helps me with this social media algorithm, if you want to call it, and lets us keep in touch. So that helps so much, because if social media or YouTube decides to just do whatever or cancel me, they can't cancel my email subscription. Okay, so I still have that. And don't let social media, don't let YouTube, don't let TikTok or whatever be the gatekeepers that helps you understand astrology. Okay, so that link is down below. You will stay in the loop astrological wise, and this also is a cosmic connection that will last forever. Okay, I will never lose your email. YouTube can delete some videos, someone can steal my YouTube channel, but they cannot steal my email collection. Okay, so yes, please go ahead and sign up for the email. That helps out. And for the email, for the newsletter, and if you get the newsletter, then you get a bunch of treats that are free to you. Okay, so now let's talk about the current event. Okay, I actually have one major current event, because we really want to talk about the eclipse on this episode. So the main current event is that Trump and Kamala are going to debate. Let me see if I can actually show this to you. Let me pull it up. Give me time. And I just realized today that this is currently going to happen tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, I would have been more thorough with the predictions and all that stuff, but we'll do it together. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, Kamala Harris and Trump debate in Philadelphia tomorrow night. Here's what you need to know. This is going to be interesting. Okay, what do we have? 9 p.m. It's going to be for 90 minutes. from the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia. So that's great for me because I got the time and a location. Broadcast by New Network and streamed on ABC News Live, Disney Plus, and Hulu. I wrote that down for myself because I'm like, how do you watch this? So I wrote that down for myself so I can know. What else do we have here? Ooh, some rules here. Microphone. Let me see. When to watch. What are the rules? Here we go. So here we go. Microphone will once again be muted unless a candidate is speaking. Something that her team did not want that. And this was initially given by Biden. And they realized that it actually didn't work because Trump, I guess, messes up and looks bad. And so now they want to renege on that. But I don't think that is going to happen. They're still going to mute the mic. And what else do we have? Trump's typical debate style usually causes some disruptions, and he looks like a child, I guess, when debating, which is so all that Mars energy. I mean, not Mars, Gemini energy that he has, kind of childish. Anyway, what else do we have here? There will be no audience, and candidates will not be permitted to question each other directly. I wish, I went the old school way. Okay. That is what I like. That is what we want. But that is tomorrow at 9 p.m. So let me talk about what we have. Mercury, first of all, is not going to be fully direct. Mercury is still kind of retrograding. It's direct in the retrograde, but the residual of it is not going to be fully out of it until 9/11. And so this is tomorrow. Today's date is September 9th as I'm filming this. Tomorrow will be the 10th. And when they are doing a debate, there's still some Mercury retrograding. So let's see if the technology, because this is a live debate, shouldn't be strong, but let's see if there is some, I wouldn't say confusion, but just not really detailed enough, or maybe too detailed. Let's see if that happens. I wouldn't say conflicts, even though debate is a conflict anyway, but Mercury's in the sign Virgo, so it's very efficient with the words and the detail, but maybe that will be a little lost in the sauce. When Mercury is in a sign Virgo, particularly in context of a political debate, it will be more about precision and facts and detailed analysis. So let's see about the details tomorrow. Okay, what do we have? Okay, main topics that you can have, especially when Mercury's in a sign Virgo: public service, the management of public service, resources, funding, and the quality care of provided by citizens, education, and the curriculum standards of education. That could be happening. Teacher training, fundings of schools, because the ruler of Mercury is Virgo is at home in a sign Mercury, and Mercury is in charge of that early school development, economic management and employment. Work, 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 work. Okay, that's going to be big with the debate tomorrow. Health regulations, anything dealing with health, that is a Virgo thing. So maybe policies in health and safety, infrastructure and technology. Virgo has a huge emphasis of order and functionality. So there could be a discussion of the infrastructure of things and how it's set up, and how the productivity is happening and the efficiency of things are happening. That is a very Virgo thing. So bureaucracy, administration reforms, labor rights, workforce optimization, um, optimization. Okay. I said healthcare and public health initiatives, food, nutrition. That could be a thing. I don't know if it's that big. Virgo is an earth sign, so discussing the earth. What else do we have? Trying to see. Oh, anything dealing with data driven governance, like that's huge with Virgo. Cleaning up, maybe cleaning up the homeless, that could be discussed. I said healthcare. Maybe being accountable with ethics and governance. Okay, community-based initiative, mental health, that is a part of health too. So let's see how that. This is big with Virgo: cost efficiency and budget cuts. Immigration too, because Virgo has the emphasis of that order and precision, and the immigration system. Is it working? Is it messing up health employment? Is it messing up our health? I'm I'm trying not to say and but is it messing up the health, the taxes, and paying for health, public transportation, and the infrastructure of that? Okay, so just overall, these are what we can look out for this debate tomorrow, because Mercury in the sign Virgo still post shadow retrograding, but on the 11th we will be out of the clear. But you can look at a huge emphasis on details and facts. Being over criticized. Let's see who's going to be more critical of someone else, or a lot of scrutiny, overemphasis on minor issues. I could definitely see that happening. The audience, the people who are watching, there may be an appeal for someone who's more rational. So let's see who's going to be more rational. I'm sure this is very opinionated thing. So let's see what because that could be just, people are biased on there. Clear distinction between the candidates, that could be happening. This can help undecided voters be more informed, because you have that Mercury in the sign Virgo, and there's going to be clear logical arguments, hopefully. Okay, now I looked at Kamala's chart and Trump's chart for the debate tomorrow. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. Share screen. Let's see. Why? Okay, here we go. Bam. Okay, so we have the chart of Kamala. And, well, this is actually current transits. This is not in LA, but it doesn't matter. The debate is in Philadelphia. I looked at it on my phone. And yes, I have the astrology on my phone. We'll do Kamala first, okay? So let me go to my notes and see if I wrote anything down, because this is something that I just looked at just a minute ago. Literally as I was eating my eggs and bacon. Yes, I just ate breakfast. Okay. So, okay. So this is in Kamala's third house, Mercury just entering there, and this will be tomorrow. Right. And it will happen at 9 p.m. So Mercury will be at 2 degrees tomorrow, and it will be entering her second house. Hold on. I'm trying to exit all these windows that are on my computer. And okay. So the second house, the third house is entering her fourth house. I apologize. It's entering her fourth house. And when it enters her fourth house, she's going to be really discussing America and the roots and the legacy and the past, maybe past things with Trump that will probably be coming up for her. Now, her third house is ruled by Leo. Ooh, very bossy and demanding there. That's leadership and presidency. However, the rulership of Leo is the sun. That is also going to be in her fourth house. So I think she will have some power, of course, when debating. The sun in Virgo in her fourth house, conjunct her Pluto, and it's going to conjunct all these planets there. Actually, the sun here is going to conjunct all this. Now, this here is conjunct her IC. Really a lot of discussions about home for her and the legacy and the past. That's going to be big. Now, this here, this on top of the sun is the ego, the drive in a huge way. And there's a lot of power here. Maybe it's too much power. Conjunctions are good or bad. She could be expecting something unexpected. Surprises could be happening during this debate. Also, this could be social media and communication. A lot of support here. So I think that's great for her. Now, if we looked at, let me see what else I have. Uranus, unexpected. Mercury, Mercury, yes. Mercury is opposing her MC. And the MC is the boss, right? The MC is how you come across your public image. And there's going to be contrast between her logic and intuition, because she has that MC in Pisces. They're not seeing eye to eye. Potential for miscommunication and misunderstanding. That will be happening, especially with that Mercury still retrograding for her. And what happens? She could have some emotional and empathetic appeal, perceived too idealistic or too impractical. Like none of this is really realistic. Could be a heightened sensitivity to criticism from this debate. maybe the opportunities highlighted, maybe she's thinking more about the big picture and not the smaller picture. That could be happening. There could be some confusion because MC Pisces represents confusion and could be some overwhelming things, or maybe it's opposing, so it can't see eye to eye. So it'll be a struggle for her. This debate will be a struggle for her in her reputation and her professional life, just so you know. That's what that basically means. So now let me go and jump to Trump. Let's see what Trump is looking like. And Trump has some interesting things, not as interesting. Kamala was a little bit more interesting, to tell you the truth. But so Trump here has his, because he had nothing really aspecting his Mercury, like Kamala had that 9th house MC, he kind of doesn't have anything. Let me see. Sextile, square, trine. It's actually trining his MC, complete opposite of Kamala. So this might really work out for his reputation, for him, and achieving a lot of resources in regards to that. The Mercury in his 2nd house, he's probably going to talk more, or the discussions or the focus and thinking is more about his resources. So that's going to work out for him. Now, the ruler of his 3rd house is Libra, and it's in his 3rd house, the ruler, which is Venus. And in that 3rd house, he also has some action going on. Venus is a very benefic, meaning it's very positive. It's on top of Jupiter, Chiron. These are very positive aspects. So support looks great for him. He might get some healing regarding some relationships or open enemies or law here. And also too, Mercury is sextile Mercury. So if he puts on the work, in the work, all this is going to work for him. Cancer is always the sign for United States for me. So yeah, it looks positive, him putting in a work. He has positive traits. Also too, I mean, come on now. Jupiter is on top of his north node of Gemini. He has a north node of Gemini. He has unexpected things to say in Gemini. He has a sun in Gemini. Now, Kamala was a Gemini rising. So Gemini is just a planet of debating. Okay. So he has a lot of positive things for him in this debate. So I think for the most part, the debating might be won by Trump. I mean, if you can pick a winner, you know, they never pick a winner for these things. Let me pull some cards here for Trump. Well, no, not for Trump, for the debate. First of all, let's see what we can expect for this debate. I am shuffling my deck, and the cards again are, I say this every time, it's the Bohemian Secrets Tarot. Okay. And I bought them off of Etsy. Someone asked. Okay. All about finances and money and security and safety and not safety, but being stable and health. Very Virgo traits are going to be discussed. That's the main theme of the debate. Let's pull it for Kamala. For Kamala, she's holding on tight. She's got her guard up. She is not sharing the resources. Yeah, but she's holding on tight for dear life, okay? Like hoarding maybe her responses. Maybe she's going to seem a little uptight during the debate. Now, for Trump, he's got the Knight of Brooms. He's going to be very anxious. He's going to be fired up, okay? Very bold. All these things we can expect for him. This is someone who's also kind of moving fast, but very passionate, very assertive, very aggressive, not in a negative way, because then that would be upside down. It's in the upright. So very assertive. Let me pull an oracle card for both, because, you know, I did this debate for Biden. Also, too, let me look at their open enemies, actually. When I'm looking at the open enemies in their chart, we have an Aquarius, Saturn in that 8th house. That could be some power still for Kamala, because that is what Kamala represents for him. Let me see, is it doing anything? It's opposing. Yeah, Kamala doesn't seem that great, because this represents his open enemies. The ruler of Aquarius is Saturn, the traditional ruler, or Uranus is the modern ruler, and it is opposing the sun in Virgo. That is tomorrow. So yeah, that doesn't seem positive for her. Let me see for Trump, Sagittarius, so that would be Jupiter, and Jupiter is in his 1st house, and it's on top of her ascendant. So yeah, her open enemy is giving her a lot of attention. Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it's doing anything negative for the most part. So yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, it's even sextile. Yeah, he's getting healing. His seems positive. Sextile, maybe this here. Oh, here we do. We do have this square from Jupiter here, which is the ruler of Sagittarius. Emotional, though, is what we have here. Some emotions here, too, for him. So he could be emotional, or it could be, the moon represents popularity. I just want to put it all out there. Let me pull these two oracle cards for each. For first, Kamala, we have divine dark. Oh, Lilith. Lilith is like someone who's kind of taboo. There's a hate and love relationship there. What we have for her, the dark divine mother of creation. Lilith is like, I'm going to stand against the odds, which I don't even find that to be Kamala. I feel like she likes to be even playing field because she has that Libra energy, but maybe during the debate, she will come off a little bit more strong and standing up for what she believes in, and a lot of hate and love relationship for her. Now, for Trump, he might be practicing some patience. We have fermentation. Fermentation takes a long time, so he'll probably be patient and take his time. And it also says maturity. Ooh, I mean, he's done this so much. Kamala has debated too, but presidential debate, this would be interesting. Who's going to watch the debate? I forgot about it, but I am definitely going to watch. Okay. So that is what we have for the current events. Let's talk about the weekly transits. Let me see. Okay, here we are. Weekly transits. I'm going to discuss these really quickly, okay, because I really wanted to focus on the eclipse. So September 12th, the sun is going to square Jupiter in Gemini. On the 14th, Venus is going to trine Jupiter. And on the 15th, Mars is going to square the nodes, okay? So basically, what we have. Okay, so on the 12th, when you have this squaration, square is no bueno, okay? This is going to be on the 12th. You're probably already kind of feeling it. The sun moves every day, okay? And the sun in Virgo is already opposing Saturn in the limitations. Actually, let me show you this. Do my due diligence, okay? Let me take off Miss Kamala. And let's go to the 12th. And if we go to the 12th, you see that the sun here is opposing Saturn already. It's Saturn's retrograding. So it'll go to 14. It's moving this way. But right now it's opposing. So there is some limitation and there's some lessons here. Actually, let me simplify this for us here. Should I take anything else off? Okay. Let me see what else we have. Oh, okay. So when you have Jupiter squaring Saturn, 20 degrees is 24, 23, 22, 21, Scorpio degree. Ooh, it's going to get deep. There's some transformation for sure with this. And now we're talking about a square that's about change, because these are mutable signs. So this is all about change, and you don't want the change to happen. That's going to happen. And it might be a transformation. It might be something that's very psychological. It might be something that's taboo or a mystery. Okay. Now, this transit can represent like a fat soul, someone who is like all about, overweight. Jupiter is very abundant, okay? It just does team too much, okay? And then you have the ego and the body, especially the health here. So this is like a fat soul, someone who's just eating too much. That could be happening, or talking too much about the details of things. That could be happening. Too good for everything, wasteful, unreliable, demanding, overcritical with words, especially with this Virgo, likes perfectionism, is very opinionated. If you ask someone with Virgo energy to criticize something, first of all, I don't even think you need to ask them. They will just do it anyway. Could be con games too, because Jupiter does represent that guru energy, and it's not working with the details of stuff. So that could be happening. Conflict with the details versus the big picture, because Jupiter is the bigger picture of thinking of things. Precision, practicality, and attention to detail not working because it's too expansive and the communication is too broadened. So that can happen. What else do we have? Overcommitted and scattered energy could be happening. Prioritizing setting boundaries, and there isn't any, there could be some boundaries, but there's some change here. Okay. What else do we have? This is also the sign of learning and early education. They're both ruled by Mercury too, which is interesting. And Mercury is sitting here pretty. It doesn't sextile. No, that's not. It doesn't look like it's doing anything bad. It's minding its business. And on the 11th, it will be fully direct. So it'll be a little bit better, but the communication is over exaggerated, could be over exaggerated, could be miscommunication risk that could be happening. And what else do we have? Yeah, you want to stay focused and prioritize some priorities. Okay. Balance details with the big picture. Maybe you want to communicate clearly. This could, I wouldn't say that this is really like a conflict or a fight, but it could be. It's just that there's no fire sign. So that's why I don't think it's that much of a conflict. I mean, the sun is our ego. So if anything, the ego will be bruised. But you want to embrace flexibility and you want to use your intellectual ability, because this is a lot of intelligence here, but don't take it too far. Okay. That's what we have on the 12th. Let's see what we have on the 14th. And on the 14th, we have, it's positive. So we went from negative to positive. And on the 14th, we have luck and harmony, right? Why do we have luck and harmony? Because Venus, the planet of, where's our Venus? Venus, oh, I should take that fixed star off. This is a fixed star if you didn't know. I think that has something to do with some predictive astrology that I was doing, or it's something from a reading that I just had, but I'm not going to take it off. I'll leave it on there because I think it related from a previous reading to what I'm going to talk about in predictions. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Venus is in the sign Libra and it's going to trine this beautiful planet. They're both positive planets. So on the 14th, get your love on, be optimistic. It is very, very positive. I'm talking about like abundance and beauty, happiness and love. Sensuality has like a deep meaning, great tasting food, great tasting perfume. All that is just abundant. Harmony in relationships. If you're going to a party, go to the party. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. Jupiter and Gemini is like expansion in education and communication. So all that is going to be positive in regards to relationships and socializing and fairness and harmony and opportunities for growth, joy, and good fortune. A lot of abundance. Okay. That is what you get. Creative inspiration too, and artistic expression. If you are going to do some art, then I say do some art. I said last time that I will show you. I have an art easel here. Let me show you some art, actually. This is me being braggadocious. I should grab my water. This is not done, but there is this. This here, I do different mediums, but that's actually my daughter. And I said I would show this a long time ago. This was actually a sketch on paper, and these are colored pencils. And what is this medium? Oh, this is acrylic too. Just some art that I have. In the back there, because people are always like, what is this? Oops, sorry, I hit everything. Like there's that white thing that's actually a light for my easel. Anyway, back to I was talking about creative expression. So I will definitely be doing art that day. Okay. Enhanced communication and intellectual connections, romantic adventures and fun social activities, financial and material gains. Oh yes, because Venus is about the money. Money, money, money. Okay, so some people could be grown in that department because Jupiter trining. Listen, trine is you don't have to do work, it will come to you. Okay. So, yeah, you can work with it, sure, but it's going to come automatically. Okay. So, it is very positive. So, it could be very optimistic with finances and attracting that money naturally. Okay. So, all my gold diggers, where you at? Because this is your day. Okay. Positive attitude and optimism. So I would say socialize, be open to any opportunities come your way. Communicate in kindness and being very diplomatic with that Venus energy and enjoy any pleasures, of course. Okay. Now on the 15th, we have the moon is going to, not the moon, Mars is going to actually square. Let me bring back this chart here. Mars is actually going to square. Let me to the day. Here's Mars in the sign Cancer, and it's going to square the nodes, okay, exactly at 6 degrees. 6 degree is a Virgo degree, and a Virgo degree basically means diminishing, clearing out, organizing, service energy, but yeah, cleaning, organizing, working to employment. Okay, so there's something that could be happening to or being of service of something, right? And the ruler of the Mars is the moon, and these north nodes are very much connected with the moon. So this is something that's going to be very highly emotional kind of energy, and the north nodes represent what you need to release in this lifetime and what you need to pursue in this lifetime, and the year, because they are. We'll get into the nodes more too with the eclipse too, but the moon in Aquarius also is what I did not say earlier. And where's the moon? It's in the sign of Aquarius, yes, and it's in detriment, right? So in Aquarius, it wants to be intellectual, it wants to be detached, like it doesn't want to be emotional, and there's unconventional qualities. And when you have Aquarius in there, the moon is like, excuse me, why are we focused on emotions? So there could be some tensions between comfort and courage, and the emotional aspect. I said it could be emotional with the Mars in Cancer because you are trying to pursue things emotionally. However, it doesn't want the emotions to be felt. Okay. The North Node in Aries is calling for bravery, and the South Node wants you to release some type of relationship. And now you're trying to achieve that, and it's not seeing eye to eye, and there's some conflict or challenge there. Okay. Maybe some conflict in some peace that you're trying to, well, conflict in getting peace, and you were trying to avoid it, but maybe you couldn't. Are you trying to be yourself and independent or start something new? There's a conflict in that too. Challenges around confrontation and decision making. Venus, Venus, Libra is the decision making, breaking free from the past patterns, and you're trying to achieve that. That could be happening that day. Emotional triggers and karmic lessons, tensions between action and inaction, potential for emotional outbursts and conflicts. Yeah, I was saying emotional. Yeah, but the moon is in Aquarius, so let's see if some people are not letting you be emotional, or the group is not letting you, because it does represent friendship to Aquarius. Path of growth and resolution could be happening. So just practice to be assertive with your communication. Find a balance between action and your sensitivity and your emotions. Talking to myself, Danyell. Break free from old patterns. Manage emotional interactions or reactions, and embrace some courageous steps. Okay, that is what we have for the weekly transits. Okay, now we are going to get into the big doozy of the eclipse. This is where it gets good, but first I need to have a word from our sponsor, my sponsor. Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings just for our elite members only, all for just $4.99 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. Join Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club today and elevate your spiritual path. Okay, so yes, you guys, please join my community. It's an amazing community. It just started, and I go into the eclipse, a lot of toolkits to help you from any eclipse, some tarot readings for eclipse just for you. If you have your natal chart and you have questions, I can answer those questions in the community page. I have a bunch of tools and resources, and it's just $4.99 a month. It helps you stay connected. And also, if you just personal questions and you want the answers from an astrologer, I give a lot of attention to that community. Okay, so let's talk about anytime we have an eclipse. Okay, and let's show, I have a little graphics here. Okay, anytime we have a eclipse, first of all, let me pull my notes up. Eclipse usually happens when there is a conjunction to the north or south node. So that's why the north node and the south node is discussed when we're talking about the moon and the Mars was in Cancer. That's what I was talking about earlier. But when it's the eclipse, they're very close to that moon and that sun. The exact date on which the eclipse occurs may or may not produce that actual event. So like the one that I could really think of is like the Hamas attack to Israel, and how that was like, I think, a few days before the eclipse, but that was definitely from the eclipse. Okay, usually 1 week to 90 days following an eclipse. Check your calendar to see if there's a huge event relating to what I mentioned later and see if it occurs. Okay, so 90 days after or a week before. Also, when there's eclipse, especially in this sign, I'll get into that actually. You may feel a little tired because this is in the sign Pisces. If you guys are like, why am I lethargic? That is because the eclipse is in Pisces coming up. In ancient history, we had a lot of stories about battles and wars related to the eclipse, or someone with a king or a leader was born during the eclipse. Also, a death of a king and a leader from the eclipse. Also, people in history did not go out and see the eclipse because it was such a taboo thing. You know, I have astrologers who believe that, who don't. It's up to you. I don't look at the eclipse anymore because it's such a unpredictable situation that I'm just like, I can stay in. I mean, I'm a Cancer moon. I mean, I'm in a Cancer anyway. I'm not a Cancer moon, but I am a Cancer. So being in a home just makes me happy anyway. But eclipse also happens in pairs. The new moon and the full moon, you know how that happens. And so one new moon is an eclipse and the full moon will be an eclipse as well. So solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. Eclipse energy can bring a abrupt end to jobs, impulsive decisions to change your career path, and create more balance in your life. Eclipse are dramatic wild cards. I just want you to understand. And it's almost like you're clipping something out of your life. They can uproot you, surprise you, get you moving. They shake things up. When I first was reading on eclipse years ago and reading on in a book that I bought, it said that eclipse were here to, like, you were on one path and eclipse was like, no, 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 because remember the nodes are here to tell you what you're supposed to achieve in this lifetime, and the eclipse is here to redirect you into where you're supposed to go. So that's why I would say write down the themes that I'm telling you, and if there is a big event within these 90 days after eclipse, that is to help you guide you into what you're meant to do in this lifetime. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, and it can happen really fast too, like very abruptly, just like how the Hamas attacked Israel. That is an eclipse event. So I'm using that as an example for you to understand that was meant to happen to change things up. Okay. Eclipse teach you that there's actually a lesson to be learned and possibly even a new path forward once the dust is settled. Eclipse will bring random events to you that you are not expected. It would trigger you by an event that you were not expected. Eclipse wants us to change. It's full of upheaval. Something ends and something else begins. It takes a message that we need to hear, and there's no negotiation. It is a firm decision that you have to move on. That is what the eclipse is, okay? Helps you to see the true character of someone you're close to, helps you embrace yourself, and helps you see what you are not supposed to be doing or what you are dislike. Eclipse energy is so heightened, in fact, that you do best to steer clear of any rituals, okay? So you know how they have full moon and new moon rituals, which I also have that in my group community. Don't do that during eclipse, okay? You don't want to work with it actively because it's simply too hard to harness, okay? So like when there is a new moon, you do your manifestations. If you didn't know, when there is a new moon, people really manifest things that they want. And when there is an eclipse, no, 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 do not do that, because eclipse is so unpredictable, okay? So, and it's very strong, so don't do it, okay? Now, if the eclipse falls on your birthday, this is going to really, really affect you. Okay. Eclipse almost, and it's going to be September 17th and October 2nd for this eclipse season. Okay. Eclipse almost always brings up all kind of expected changes. And assuming that your sun, your moon, or the planet or any planet is touching this eclipse. And if you have a question on that, I can answer that. Tell me your birth time and your location. I can answer that. especially if you're in a group, okay, then I can tell you how it's really going to affect you, okay? And what else do we have? Events brought by the eclipse. I discussed that. Try not to issue ultimatums or make any big decisions under any eclipse. I'm going to tell you things to avoid under as I keep going. I said under because my notes go under and under and under. But don't be quick to pronounce something good or bad because the eclipse could have a second act. Okay, this is in regards to any eclipse. Okay, so the key characteristics of a partial eclipse. Now, this is what I was showing earlier, the different eclipse we have. So that's a partial eclipse. That is what we're going to have coming up in the sign Pisces on the 17th. We're going to have a lunar partial eclipse. So you see an annular eclipse, a total eclipse. The total and annular look like they look so cool. But that is what we have. And on the second this is the solar eclipse. Okay. Now, when you have the lunar eclipse, it can only happen when the sun and the moon are in opposition of each other and it's a full moon. And a lunar eclipse occurs 4 times a year and is basically a full moon on steroids. Okay. A regular full moon is emotional and it happens, like you get it, and some are very emotional and impact different people. This one is the same thing, but it's actually stronger and it's dealing with emotions. A lunar eclipse is so intense and a supercharged that your only job is to really roll with the punches. Okay, lunar eclipse occur when the moon is at its fullest. I said that earlier. I said what it looks like a full moon, especially during a lunar eclipse. Fluids. Oh, okay. Whenever you're dealing with these eclipses, I want you to drink a lot of water. Be aware of the water. I mean, I would not go to the ocean as well. And because the eclipse is unpredictable, but it is also in charge of our water, and our body has so much water in it. So make sure you stay fully hydrated. And I wouldn't go anywhere near any large bodies of water. Okay, lunar eclipse is bipolar because it is in a polarity is an opposite of each other, so be aware of that. Now when you have the solar eclipse, because I was just talking about a lunar eclipse and now this is a solar eclipse, it is during a new moon, and that means that the sun and the moon are together and it's eclipsing because of that node that's happening, right? So a solar and lunar eclipse seem to occur in pairs, and a lunar eclipse happens every 14 days before the solar eclipse. Not every 14 days, but 14 days before the solar eclipse. So you have 2 weeks in between eclipse, and that's why we call it eclipse season. So we have eclipse season coming upon us. Okay, occasionally a solar eclipse can occur without a lunar eclipse, but a lunar eclipse cannot occur without a solar eclipse. From my observations since being an astrologer, the solar eclipse are stronger, but this is all personal to everyone. But as a collective, the solar eclipse is stronger. So that means the October 2nd eclipse will be stronger than the lunar eclipse on the 17th. However, this is personal to everyone. Okay. Now, let me see what else we have. Let me see. Lunar eclipse. I'm looking at my notes to make sure I told you everything. Eclipses are considered times of heightened energy and change, triggering events. I discussed those things. Okay. Sometimes I do my notes and I jot them all down, and then sometimes I don't organize them. Okay, I have dates here. Look at these dates as I sip the water. Now, this is all the eclipse dates that are happening. This is the Aries and Libra eclipse that's happening, and that is something that is going to end March 2025. We're currently feeling that, and I'll discuss that a little bit later. And September 17th is what we're starting to get into. I didn't put the title up there, but that is the Pisces and Virgo eclipse on the side there. And so there's 2 types of eclipse relationships. What is the word that the polarity that we're dealing with? Okay, they are Virgo and Pisces, and Aries and Libra. Okay, and the Aries and Libra is about the self and a relationship to someone else. Could be an open enemy. So if you're talking about the Hamas, because I was in Aries and Libra eclipse, you're talking about the self versus the relationship, and they have a relationship with each other. It may not be good, but there is a relationship. So, and Aries also represents war. So you have that going on. Now with this Pisces and Virgo eclipse, Pisces, first of all, they're both mutable signs. Okay, and the other sign, Aries and Libra, they're both cardinal signs, so that means they get something started. And with these eclipses currently that we're going to start with Pisces, and that's going to end on the 2027. Okay, so we got some time with this, and in between there will be other eclipses, but this is going to come as a package and relating to a lot of things. And because we had that Hamasing with the Libra, that's going to come up again during October 2nd. So let's see how that, what happens with that. Anyway, but back to this, the Virgo and Pisces relationship. This is all about some sacrificing. This is about service to others. This is also a releasing, a diminishing, cleansing, or a death of something. Okay, so that is what we have. There's a lot more, but that's me just putting it in a nutshell. But those are the dates that we have. Eclipse season, I explained that on the 17th. The Ring of Fire is what the solar eclipse is going to look like. The Ring of Fire. That one is a cool one to look at. And the first eclipse, this is the first eclipse in Pisces. Get ready. Do I have the dates from the past one? I'll have to see in my notes. Okay. Oh, let me see. It's going to happen at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to around 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, no, it's going to end at 12:45 p.m. Let me see. It's going to last for 64 minutes. You are going to see it in the Americas, Europe, Africa, and wherever you see it is where you're going to feel it. Okay. Lunar and Pisces also. Pisces moon, this is going to also be referred as a harvest moon. So September's healing harvest moon is about serving a double dosage of this full moon. I think it's a super moon too, so it's going to be really big. It's going to come out across very big, rising as a vibrant super full moon, which means that the moon will appear bigger and brighter. And when you have a harvest moon, it's all about the farmers, and it's supposed to be brightening, shine, huge light for farmers to work at night. So also too, I want to say that this eclipse is dealing with the autumn equinox, because that's coming up very shortly, the 17th, and then you quickly have the autumn equinox. So the starting of something, and every time there's an equinox, you can manifest something too. So, but don't do it during the eclipse. Okay. It's known for providing extra light for farmers to tend gardens and crops in the evening. And what else do we have? It's also known for a corn moon. This moon is also known as a corn moon, barley moon, a wine moon, and it's about reflecting and harvesting something. We don't want to do any rituals though. So don't sit there and pray to God. Let God just do his work. Okay. That is what we're going to do. The spiritual meaning of a harvest moon is that it's connected to themes of abundance, appreciation, and a completion of a cycle. The clarifying of the harvest moon can help you bridge the gap between your emotions and your thoughts, and leading to a deeper self of understanding and productivity. It's a very tangible kind of emotional moon. Break up any addicting or distracting patterns you developed over your past or in the 6 months. Focus on accepting uncomfortable transitions, expressing complex emotions, and creating space for new beginnings and unfolds. That is what that moon represents. Okay. But let's talk about more about the Pisces with this eclipse. Okay. And this is going to help you understand the emotional side, because Pisces is such an emotional, sensitive energy. And first of all, it's a mutable sign. So this eclipse, which is already here to shake things up and change things and clip out of your life, and the intensity, I've already discussed that. Now it's connected to Pisces. Okay, so we have eclipse all the time, so there's always going to be some change. But what is the change going to be? It's going to be a Pisces themed change. Pisces is a mutable sign, so Pisces is huge. Pisces is huge about change. Okay, huge change. Okay, like a death, an ending of a cycle kind of change. It will affect mutable signs too, this eclipse. So the Virgos, the Geminis, the Sagittarius, and Pisces, you guys will mostly be affected. Okay, so I'll get into the degrees later. So this is the shifter of the zodiac, always ever changing, and ebbs and flow and adapting. It's adaptable, and it's a water sign, so it's adaptable and water is so fluid already. So you have that water eclipse influence the seas and the rivers. It could be causing some floods. Also, anytime we have a water energy, it's relating to lower class, so people who don't have money. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. Women, children, emotions, psychological and spiritual matters, fluids, sex, intimacy, disease, something that's like contagious kind of disease, oil, water, I said that earlier, chemistry, sewage, recycling, hospitals, and sea life. Okay. Pisces is associated with displaced people. So, what is displaced people? Immigrants, okay, on a large scale. Saturn's in Pisces, Neptune's in Pisces. That's why anywhere you are around the world, there is an immigration problem. Adjusting their emotions and perspective to fit the occasions, no matter how unpredictable or eccentric. So, see these dates in Pisces. Let's see how this is going to affect the immigration problem. Okay, so let's see how that goes. 1 foot in reality and 1 foot in the clouds. That's also Pisces. Pisces is like, oh, how are we feeling? I don't need any tangible results. How are we feeling? Pisces modern ruler is Neptune, and that's in the sign Pisces. So it's a double whammer. So it's very, very strong. And it's about spirituality, dreams, illusions, and dissolutions. Okay, wounds, exploring empathy, tapping into your imagination, escaping reality, and yeah, just being on a substance and not wanting to deal with a substance, being addicted to something instead of facing what is the truth. That is also connected to this eclipse. Okay, be aware of that. Also to the fact that people, I want to say insanity is Pisces too. Jail time, being in jail, locked up. You think that's more Saturn because Saturn likes to restrict, but the Pisces brings you in a seclusion and being alone, solitude. Okay. Now, because we have the harvest moon and then we have the Pisces, so you have like compassionate and charming kind of energy, and you have that big, bright, emotional energy too. It's a very emotional thing. Oh, there's also religious aspects because you are dealing with that spirituality, highly sensitive. I told you about the sleepy thing earlier. If you are tired right now, that is because the eclipse is in the sign Pisces. Do not take it personal. Just rest, okay? Catch up on rest. Strengthen on your faith. What do you believe in? What do you feel like you believe in? Okay, not what people told you, not what you were raised on. That's more of a traditional value, but what you feel in your spirit, in your soul. That is a Pisces thing, okay? So go ahead and look at that. And also trust your intuition regardless of what's going on during this. Now, anytime we have a lunar eclipse in the sign Pisces, there's going to be emotional release and healing. Pisces does represent some type of healing because you are dealing with this darkness and solitude and spirituality and escapism. Okay, spiritual awareness and intuition is very strong. Letting go illusions and deception, being compassionate, and practicing empathy. There's also a self-sacrificing energy with Pisces because it is compassionate, it cares about the world, it cares about oneness, it thinks we're all whole. I don't want to say it thinks we are. Pisces believes in the wholeness of the world. So yeah, and then endings and new beginnings. Okay, now let's see what else we have. The first Pisces eclipse, and it'll okay. Oh, and then it's connected to the. I said this. Okay, connected to the nodes. Virgo. Okay. Okay. Oh. So the nodes right now. Actually, let me show you this. That is what I have in my notes. Notes. Okay. So the nodes right now. And these are the nodes. It's in sign Aries and it is in the sign Libra. These nodes are going to change to the sign, no, it's going to change here, to the sign Pisces and to the sign Virgo. And then when they change into these signs, that means we are going to be focused, and it's going to happen next year. That means we are going to be focused on endings, okay? As something to achieve in this lifetime within this year, and releasing something that's dealing with sacrificing or work or details, okay, and dipping more into spirituality. And pay attention to this eclipse if it's really going to affect you, because that's going to help you when the nodes change and what you're supposed to achieve. Okay, so if the eclipse is changing your direction into something, then when the nodes change, that's going to show you and what you're supposed to work on. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Last time we had an eclipse, I did have this in my notes. I'm so diligent. I'm so proud of myself. Was in 1998 and 1989, 1987 to 1989. So what happened to you if you remember that time? If you're old enough, I am old enough. And also 2006 to 2008, what happened? I didn't look up historically. I should probably put that in my groups because I feel like this video is long enough. How long have I been on here? 53 minutes. Anyway, but every time, it happens every 18 and a half years in the sign Pisces, okay? If you want to know historically, you can check out the things and the themes of Pisces that I just discussed. Historically, you can look it up in 2006 to 2008. That can tell you what we're looking forward to as time to come. I can tell you right now, Pisces represents a lot of death, a lot of endings of things. So there will be a lot of death and endings. And as the other celestial beings in the sky, so like Jupiter and Uranus, as they have different signs that will reflect on this eclipse during this eclipse season all the way to 2027. Okay. Okay. It's at a 25 degree, this lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 17th in the sign Aries. So that means I looked up to 26 degree in the sign Pisces. Wait, 25 to, oh, I'm sorry. It's at 25 degrees, the eclipse. Actually, let me show this. Let's see. I should have it. Okay, lunar eclipse. Okay, so it's at 25 degrees. Why does it say 23 degrees? It's at 23 degrees. Wait, no, that is the wrong one. I'm like, why? Okay, here we go. Oh, is this one at 25 degrees? No. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Is this, oh no, these were different. Oh, okay. I'm like, what? No. Okay, so these are different eclipses. Actually, let me pull up the eclipse to now. I was looking at all the eclipse to make the chart here. So here we go. So this eclipse, that's okay, this is on the 17th. Okay, 25 degrees. Yes, Danielle, you're right. Okay, so this is at 25 degrees in the sign Aries. Okay, and no, in the sign Pisces. 25 degrees in the sign Pisces. So I looked up, wait, hold up. Okay, hold on. 25 degrees, first of all, is an Aries degree. That's where I'm confused. That's what my notes are saying. Okay, 25 degrees is an Aries degree because this is 24. I counted by houses, and this is an Aries degree. Aries degree means that something's going to start. So, of course, we have Pisces, something's going to end, but something's going to start, or something is going to be new that we never experienced before with this death. That could be happening, okay? Also, Aries represents start, new, war, the head, and first. Okay, so that is what you have. Now, I looked up the Sabian symbol. I'm grabbing a book. This is the book here that I have down here, and it is, and I rounded up to 26 degree because if you look at this, this is not exact degree. Here it is. It's 25 and like 40 change, right? And when you have that 26 degree, did I not look it up? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to look it up now. Sabian symbol 26 Pisces. Let's look it up. We shall read it together. Okay. Let me see. 26 Pisces. Here we go. A new moon that divides its influences. Finesse. Ooh, finesse. Okay. The stirring from within. The symbol speaks to initiative or the stirring from within that leads to outreach or new beginnings. And it is the Aries degree. So there is something new that's going to happen. The image of a new moon that divides its influences refers to the different impacts that the same event can have on various individuals, depending on the reality that each is a part of. The earliest description of this image contrasted the romantic significance. This is why I like to look at it on myself. Okay. The ancient is on uncertainty. You may be unsure about how to begin some new project or wavering back and forth on the decision you have to make. Now, the opportunity is your greatest advantage lies in choosing one of your options and going with it on a trial basis. So something new is going to happen. You have to finesse your way. A new moon that divides its influences. You're going to be torn between two things. Guard against waiting that it's too late because the opportunity may go away. The keystones here, uncertainty, insecurity, reluctant, and doubt. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Hesitation, questioning, reservation, being timid, indecision, misgiving, and mistrust. Okay, so be aware of that. Also, it's conjunct a fixed star. I don't have the fixed star here. You're just going to have to believe me, but it's conjunct a fixed star, and the fixed star is representing violence. This fixed star is actually like 24 degrees, but it represents violence, honors and riches, stars of sorrow, literally is what one of the words it says here. Being too literal, maybe legal problems and accidents. And also is connected with planet Mars, this fixed star, Mercury, and Venus. So I just want you to understand that this, I felt like, why did I think that this? Hold on one second. Let me look at I have like 1,000 notes, but let me look and see. I don't know why I thought Mercury was involved with this eclipse. Why did I think that? This lunar eclipse, okay, it's sextile Uranus. Okay, so it wasn't. Maybe that's another eclipse. That's the other one. Okay, anyway, yeah, I read too many things at once. Okay, so I don't want to mess you up. But okay, so this eclipse that's coming up on the 17th is it's going to be conjunct a fixed star. It is not here. Should I show you guys? Let me know if I'm wasting my time, or do you just like me to explain things? Let me see if I can get this fixed star markup. There's so many fixed stars, you guys. So many. Okay, let me see. Mark Keb or Mark Cobb? There we go. Okay, so here we have, you see the fixed star, there's 2 degrees, so it may not be strong. I just wanted you to be aware that it's here, and that's represent violence and riches. So I should not have looked it up because it is 23 degrees, but I just want you to have an awareness that it's close to this, and this could be part of it. Star of sorrow is what this fixed star means. And usually when a fixed star is conjunct a planet, that means that this planet takes over that energy. Now, this is a very eclipse, expect the unexpected theme. So just wanted to throw that out there. Now, because we have this lunar eclipse in Pisces, we need to emotionally release and pay attention to our intuition, but there is confusion here. There's endings. I just want you to be aware of that. Now, let me talk about the aspects here. Now, the lunar nodes will enter Pisces and Virgo in the future. So whatever's happening in this eclipse, I want you to pay attention to it because it's going to affect you in the future. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, and I mentioned that the fall equinox is happening right after. Usually that's manifesting. I wouldn't do that. Let that go. Okay. But it's the start of a new season and starting something. Libra season also too. You guys, when we enter Libra season, I just pay attention to TikTok and all the scented candles because Libra is very into aesthetics. So when we get into Libra, it's all about great tasting food. I think it's Thanksgiving during Libra season, socializing. Anyway, okay, back to what we need to discuss. Now, this eclipse here. Oh, this is what I remember. Now I remember. This eclipse, which I'm looking dead at, is conjunct Neptune. Okay. This is going to be so juicy. I shouldn't say juicy, so extra with Pisces energy. Okay. Pisces, the ruler, the modern ruler of Pisces. So there's a lot of Delulu energy. A lot of Delulu energy. Okay. Now this is conjunct a fixed star, which is called Sheet. And this also represents this fixed star imprisonment and murder and suicide and drowning and extreme misfortune. So a lot of people will be having that, or this will be happening on a global stage. Okay. But when we have the eclipse conjunct this, while it's conjunct that fixed star, there's emotional energy, psychic sensitivity. Most Virgos will be feeling this the most. Okay, issues with health workers and nurses, and if you're a farmer with grains, this will be happening. Being prepared, data systems, because what is opposing is Virgo energy. So be aware that these planets are opposing the Virgo energy. So anything that's dealing with order, which I was talking about earlier, Virgo energy in this debate, because Mercury is in the sign Virgo, but unions, file systems, sanitation, public health, domestic farms, poultry, bees, farming, mudslides, heavy rains, employment, unemployment, administration. What else? Oh, veterinarians, because Virgo energy loves to take care of the animals. Okay, people with depressive disorders, that's dealing with this, and increased pressure with that eclipse might bring that even bigger. And medication, alcohol, all these are dealing with Pisces energy or drugs. you guys don't take any medication too during the eclipse. Oceans are going to be unpredictable. Flooding could be happening. Pisces eclipse causes things to unravel, disintegrate, and fall apart. This axle is definitely about things disappearing and diminishing. So be aware of that. Watch your plumbing because that's dealing with water. Spirits are more active during this time, so keep a good vibe. I wouldn't say cleanse your space. Maybe cleanse your space the day before the eclipse, but just take a shower too. That is great too, but nothing too deep with the rituals. Okay. Loans giving, avoid anything toxic. Loans giving maybe not be repaid during this eclipse energy. Learn to say no to extra demands. Humble. Horrible time for data details, medication, or medical things with the feet, because this is dealing with the feet and lymphatic system, a bloodstream, anything dealing medically with the feet. Okay, this could be happening to you, or blood and lungs as well. Sleep may increase. You may be feeling drowsy. I said that earlier. Avoid surgery to the feet. Only during the eclipse. Okay. Deep spiritual cleansing, awakening. Let me see. Intense emotional release. I've said this a million times. Okay. Rebirth through surrendering and letting go. Oh, the shadow side with that Neptune. Dealing with that side could be a thing. Okay. I did say endings, spiritual endings. Just a lot of illusions. Be aware of that. I just want to know what's going to be in the news, because the media is always full of illusions. Okay, social media, mass media, all of that is full of illusions. Dreams also too. This is big with dreams, karmic endings, and your soul contract. Be aware of all these things and being very sensitive. Okay. Also the life after. The things that are unknown. Okay, like space, heaven, those are big themes with this too. Okay, now it's going to quincunx. This eclipse is not seeing eye to eye. Okay, there's some uncomfortableness when it comes to Venus in the sign Libra, so that's is double dosage, and that's why people are going to be buying. That's why they're buying all their candles, fall candles. Anyway, but when you have this, that means that there's some uncomfortableness here. Okay, so emotional sensitivity, and it's feeling uncomfortable with harmony and relationships. Okay, so the emotions and the harmony not working. There needs to be adjusting with love and relationships as far as your emotions, challenging with balancing that fantasy versus the reality of relationships, or misunderstanding with relationships could be causing something that's uncomfortable. This aspect means something is causing you to be uncomfortable. Okay, you know how like you go in a room and it's like, oh my gosh, no one's going to talk about the elephant in the room, and it makes you uncomfortable. That is kind of what I'm saying. Okay, emotional vulnerability and the need to make fairness, okay, or something with relationships, or sacrificing for fairness could be happening, or creative and artistic expression, because they're both very creative energy, and it's not making people comfortable, or like things you naturally attract and your emotions are not causing people to be comfortable, or you to be comfortable. Our Pisces also, again, it represents ending. So the ending of something, not the death of a person, but just an ending or end of a cycle of something. And it's not seeing eye to eye for the fairness or with a team or a partner. I'm pointing over there because to me Venus and Libra is over there. Okay. Yeah, so that is what you have. Let me see. I think I explained that aspect well enough. Let me see what else we have. Jupiter is the ruler of Pisces. And when you talk about the traditional ruler, that helps you with some predictions. So it's in the sign Pisces. And then you look at the traditional ruler of Pisces, and that is Jupiter. And Jupiter is in the sign Gemini. Now, so a lot of information with this eclipse of something that's going to end. And remember, it says don't hesitate. So let the ending happen with this Sabian symbol. Also, it's also dealing with Aries. Aries is fast. So you do have that, wants to be first. So that's happening. Now, the ruler of it is Jupiter and Gemini. And so that means a lot of communication, or something dealing with youth, or something with beginning learning of it, right? So you have that very social energy, and it's squaring the eclipse. So it's like, how's a ruler squaring? Well, there could be tension with logic and communication and confusion, or maybe you're overwhelmed with too much information, because this is too much, too much. Okay. Maybe you got to filter the communication or filter the illusions. So there could be some illusions and it's coming at you fast, and you probably want to hesitate, but maybe you shouldn't, and you should use your intuition. Okay. Major communication challenges are misunderstandings, escapism versus exploring something. Like, I don't want to try something new. I don't want to be a daredevil. I'd rather just binge watch this. Okay. That could be happening. Navigating uncertainty and ambiguity. Ambiguity. How do you say ambiguity? I can't say it. It's a hard word for me to say. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay. So like, Pisces can bring up deep emotions and subconscious fear and spiritual yearnings. And Jupiter and Gemini may want clear answers. So it's like things are not clear and you're trying to navigate through this unclearness because you're so emotional. But you want to trust the process. Okay. Yeah, what else do we have? Intellectual versus emotional. Overcoming internal and external doubts. Learning styles might change too. There may be an ending to a learning style because this is representing learning, or maybe an ending to a philosophy that you always talk about. Okay. That could be a reassessing that. Okay. But on the positive side, Jupiter is trining this Venus. So that's positive. There's abundance and harmony. And the good luck planet with the good luck planet, that's very positive. Okay. And creativity and collaboration and romance, all that. Maybe this ending can cause a romance. I'm just saying. Okay. Maybe this ending can cause some financial things. Trying again is something you don't have to work for. So that's very positive. Also, traveling, maybe traveling with a loved one, maybe something with law and legal, because this is definitely is law. Okay. Yeah. So that is very positive. I just want to say that Pluto, again, remember that it's retrograding in sign Capricorn. That's government. That's a lot of drama with the government and politics and infrastructure and a lot of corporations. So I just want you to be aware that that is still going on. And this retrograde is sextiling this Neptune and sextiling this eclipse. So maybe the power that be, or the obsession of power or jealousy in the structure, will help us out with this emotions. And what else do we have? I do too want you to understand that this is squaring. Sorry. Okay. This is squaring Uranus. So there's a lot. Oh, look at that. And it's so strong. This is a potent degree too, but I just want you to understand that this is squaring Uranus. So there's still that unexpected power dynamic happening, or the power of social media. Not the power of social media, but how the social media, it could be limited, is still happening. And that could affect a lot of things. I just want you to know the weather in the sky for this eclipse that's happening. Okay. What can you do? During this eclipse, you can stay indoors. I would advise that. But if you're one of those people who are like, I want to see the eclipse, go ahead, see the eclipse. It's all up to you and what you personally believe. Okay. But you do want to go with the flow. You want to pray because you're dealing with Pisces energy and spirituality. You want to do some deep breathing. Eat anytime there's an eclipse, eat some high chi foods. And you can Google that, but you can have some figs. I love dates, almonds, walnuts, kelp, seeds, raw honey. Drink lots of water. Now, what I would avoid is any electional surgery. Okay, do not get your BBLs during this eclipse. I'm not saying don't get a BBL, just don't sign up while you're having an eclipse. Conceiving a child, marrying, starting hormonal treatments, relocating, entering the stock market, trying new medication, especially new medication, bottling up wine for fermentation. Don't start any fermentation during the eclipse. Okay. Yes, and I have some major fermentation stuff. I have like this thing for sickness, and it's been sitting in a jar for like a year. And I just opened it like maybe a month ago, and I should give that as a gift. It's really good when you're sick. I took it one time when I was sick. I was like, oh my God, this stuff is strong. Talk about wine. But it has all like the healthy things like garlic, and I got everything from the farmer's market. I just love it. It's like gold to me. Anyway, so anyway, who will feel this the most? Okay, this eclipse happening on the 17th, October 2nd. We'll talk about that, and I will do everyone's horoscope. But who's going to feel this eclipse the most? Eclipse that are happening in the same element, so fire, air, water, and earth. If it's in your element, it should be good for you. Okay, unless you're a Pisces. Okay, Leos tend to feel the new moon solar eclipse stronger, and the sun, because the sun is their ruler, and says the other way versus the other way. Okay. And Cancers feel the lunar eclipse. So if you're a Cancer, your ruling sign is the moon, you will feel the lunar eclipse. If you're a Leo, your ruling sign is the sun, so you will feel the solar eclipse a little bit stronger. May affect the Virgos and the Sagittarius and the Pisces, and because you guys are mutable, and Geminis. Okay. Now, let's talk about on the 2nd. That is the next eclipse, okay? And let's talk about quickly what this is. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to refer. Okay. Hold on. Twitter is having some problems. So bye to all my Twitter peeps. Is it still okay? Twitter was having some problems. I apologize, Twitter. Oh, and I think the Twitter people were really watching. Oh no. Okay, well, Twitter was having some problems. Okay, back to what I have here. Okay, so October 2nd, we have the solar annual eclipse. Okay, and October 2nd, solar annual eclipse in the sign Libra. And last Libra eclipse that we are going to have is October 2nd. Yay! So if you have issues with the relationships and all that stuff, open enemies, this should be the end of it. Okay. Now, this is going to be conjunct the South Node. So there is a sense of letting go. And I did show you the dates. Annular eclipse happens. Let me see what I'll have. Okay. This one's going to be seen in South America, Pacific Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean, and Antarctica. So they will feel it the most. Solar eclipse tend to create beginnings and bright new opportunities. This is about change, starting something new. Now, anything you have in Libra energy, it's an air sign, so you're talking about communication and socializing. And it's going to start something. It is a cardinal sign, right? And cardinal is going to start something new. So get ready for that. Yeah, what else do we have? Partnerships and relationships, being diplomatic, law, justice, decision making and indecision, social and intellectual pursuits. It's about balance, harmony, partnership, being fair. And that could be a discussion with that Hamas and Israel thing. Justice, relationships, cooperations, aesthetics, elegance, beauty, social grace. Let me see. Equality, art. Law, social gatherings, music, open enemies, actors, bedrooms, and divorces. Okay. That's just some of the things that you have with this. Now, this is going to be conjunct Mercury. So this is going to be major headline, major news. And also, look, it's conjunct this fixed star. That's why I kept that fixed star on there. Okay. But let me just say that conjunct Mercury means that there's new communication, new beginnings in communications in relationships. And relationships also could be enemies. So be aware of that. Enhanced focus on decision making and negotiation, reassessment, and social dynamics and connection. I just say a lot of news. This eclipse is going to bring a lot of news. Could be clearing out some misunderstandings, and yeah, mediations, communication, communication, communication. So communication means social media, the news, word, gossip, okay, any form of communication, emails, okay, all that is going to happen. Now, it conjunct this fixed star at exactly 10 degrees. So this eclipse is really has a big part with this. This is about disgrace. It's called the Venda matrix, okay, fixed star. But this fixed star is about disgrace, stealing, widowhood, depression, witch hunts, mysticism, the occult. Ooh, I wonder if it's going to be trying to get rid of some witches. I am not a witch, okay? So yeah, but themes of loss and hardship and hard lessons, intellectual strength and mental focus with this, because it's intellectual ability and focus and concentration and diligence and hard work. And this eclipse is about the mental and communication. Get ready for that. Caution against over analyzing and being obsessive. That could be happening with this eclipse. Connection to wealth and abundance, relationships to partnerships. Okay. So let's see what happens, because there could be some transformative energy with a relationship and partnership. And this is the ending of this eclipse. So it's going to be like Come on now, fix this. And I really am curious to know about Hamas and Israel, Gaza and Israel, emphasis on fairness and intellectual insights. Maybe there will be some news coming out and maybe we'll get the truth about something, okay? Handling themes of loss and letting go, managing public perception and reputation, focus on legal and ethical matters. What else? Balancing rational thought and emotional awareness. Could be dealing with some finances and research and education too, okay? Now it's going to square this eclipse. This eclipse is going to square Mars, the planet of war. So there could be some conflict here, some emotional outbursts, some needs to communicate with honesty with your emotions, okay? Get ready for that because this is communication. This is the eclipse of emotions and relationships, and there's conflict here. So impulsive actions could be happening there too, or power struggles too. Okay, releasing old emotional patterns too. That Cancer likes to stay. Now we got a lot of aspects with this eclipse. The first eclipse was like, okay, a little more clear. This second eclipse in October 2nd, so not only is it squaring Mars, the war and conflict, okay, and it's conjunct this fixed star, and then it's conjunct Mercury, the planet of discussions and thinking. So the news is going to be big here. So not only do we have that, but then we also have that as quincunx Saturn. So there's a lot of restrictions and lesson going on here, so get ready for that. And maybe it's something we can't see because you're dealing with that Pisces. Also too, it's conjunct Vulcan. Oh, I didn't put this I didn't put the goddesses up there, but it's the asteroids. Okay, so it's conjunct Vulcan. Okay, and Vulcan is about transformation and strength and inner alchemy. So that could be happening too during this, like a rebirth of some sort, which makes sense with this too. So that could be happening, or breaking down the old patterns. Okay, or finding some inner alchemy and balance too. Okay, that could be happening with this. Get ready for this. It's also squaring. I don't know if I say this asteroid Ceres. Okay, it's also squaring that too. And Ceres is the asteroid of being nurturing and caregiving and motherhood and fertility and food and cycles of life and death. So it's squaring that. So I wonder if we're going to have issues with our food. Okay, I'm wondering if we're going to have issues with our food. Like I'm trying to see. Our food of grain and bread, our motherhood, our parents. This makes me think of like the issues with abortion or something like that. Let's see what happens. Okay, that is also happening. And let me see if it's. Did I get all my aspects? Squaring that. It's conjunct Austria. Am I saying these? I could butcher a name, y'all. I could butcher name. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to pull it up. Hold up 1 second. It's exactly at 10 degrees. Okay, so this is another asteroid, and this asteroid is the goddess of justice, purity, and innocence in the sign Libra. We already there. Okay, so refusing to let go, staying until the end, perseverance and dedication. We were talking about it in the last one, I think, but there is a lot of planets involved here. We got a fixed star, we got some asteroids, a lot of stuff. So like refusing to let go. And this is a cardinal sign. So a new beginning in justice and fairness, commitment to social causes. That could be happening, restoring harmony and peace. I'm so interested to see. This is such a bigger eclipse, you guys. Letting go unhealthy attachments and patterns. Legal systems. Maybe that could be starting something new. New partnerships with war or open enemies. Legal breakthroughs, healing through justice. That could be happening. Okay. It's also conjunct Lilith. Here we go. See, this is. We put the Lilith card the other day. I mean, did we pull it the other day or just recently? It's also conjunct Lilith at 10 degrees. This is just going to be really big. Okay. Now, Lilith represents a powerful, complex, or misunderstanding like archetype, right? Like it's about a feminine, independent, autonomy, rebellion, darker side of the psyche. I find things that are dealing with Lilith, people think are taboo, or they love and hate, or someone who really stands out of the norm, and really thinks about more of the dark side, or someone who could be a prostitute, but someone who is more profound with power in prostitution, that kind of thing. Power, sexuality, repressed desires, or like this shadow self. Anyway, but it's conjunct this. So let's see how that energy, like the new beginnings of this eclipse, with partnerships and confronting maybe the power dynamics or something that's dark and taboo, breaking free from people pleasing. Oh, that seems big, right? Transforming what people think is aesthetically beautiful or value. That could be happening. Shadow work and deep psychological transformation, rebellion against society norms. Yeah, so let's see, unmasking something, because it's like, no, I want to show you what the truth dark side of it is. Okay, empowerment through self-discovery. Yeah, so that is what we have for the eclipse, you guys. There was a lot of aspects. I'm going to pull a card for both eclipse here. I'm going to pull an oracle card and a tarot card. Okay, so first, what can we expect for this September 17th Pisces eclipse? And then I will talk about the politics. We'll get into Donald Trump and Kamala and see what they have for these eclipses that we can expect that they could be. Okay, so for the Pisces eclipse, okay, a lot of truth telling is going to happen. A lot of research. Oh, I hate that you can't see it. Oh, here you go. A lot of truth telling, a lot of logical thinking, a lot of researching, okay? And without the emotions is going to happen with this first eclipse, okay? And that is the eclipse that's in Pisces, which is very interesting. So that is what we have for the first one. And for the second one, and I'll pull an oracle card for each too, transitioning, healing, leaving that negativity and moving on to the future. You're going to remember everything though, because you got the swords to remember it. You're going to remember some stuff, but you're changing. There's a transition. There is releasing there. Okay. Now, seems like they're backwards, but let's see what the oracle cards have to say for, okay. Oh, spiritual magic. A lot of spirituality is going to happen for this Pisces eclipse, and really getting a research for that. And for this Libra eclipse, the second eclipse, you have Pluto. Pluto is very deep. Okay, it's transformation, and I'm thinking it's got to do with all those fixed stars. That fixed star that is conjunction to. But there's ending and rejuvenation. There's transformation, and there's looking at the dark side and the taboo of things. Okay, so that is what we have for the eclipse. Let me talk about some politics. We're going to get into that. Okay, as I have my water. So first, let's talk about Kamala. The eclipse is not conjunct neither one of their planets in our chart, so this may not be a major issue for them. The lunar eclipse is going to be in Kamala's 10th house. You guys, last week I had Kamala spelled all wrong. Y'all didn't even tell me. But in Kamala's chart, the lunar eclipse is going to be in her 10th house. So like maybe there's a reevaluating or like an ending or a dissolving of her public image, or changing the way she's doing her career path. Okay. Maybe there's emotion involved right there. Maybe she's going to get some compassion towards it. A critical turning point in her public perception. Revealing hidden aspects could be happening, and it could be becoming more public. Ending and new beginnings in her career or public roles. We're probably feeling this. A transformation in her leadership styles. Challenges with authority and control could be happening. Being sensitive to the public, maybe a need for being adaptable and flexible. I think that she needs to definitely see what the audience wants for her. Okay. But opportunity for more spirituality and connecting and feeling with the people, or revising public image or the campaign strategy. Yeah, that could be happening. I like that for her. The partial eclipse in Pisces is going to square her ascendant in Gemini, and ascendant is what people first see of you as, right? So tension with her self-expression. and adjusting her public image. And maybe this eclipse will help change that, okay? Because I find that she tries to be balanced, and she tries, her perception is like superficial, okay? This is my opinion, okay? And this eclipse maybe can help with the confusion or navigate confusions and mixed messaging for the public image. I want her to be more direct. I just like directness, so that's just how I am personally as a personality. Okay, balancing rationality and empathy and compassion, challenges with being authentic, and maybe public trust. This is a challenge for her with this eclipse coming up. So yeah, just be aware with that. Opportunities for deepening emotional connection, repressing her leadership style for public engagement. I don't like that, and that could be happening for her because I feel like that constantly happens for her. Let me see what else this eclipse is going to bring for Kamala. The eclipse in Pisces is quincunx her sun in Libra. Okay, so because it's quincunx her sun, that means that the emotions, it's her sun. So the sun in the sky, the eclipse, the sun and the moon is not quite feeling comfortable with her ego, okay, and how she achieves things. And I think, and her ego and how she achieves things is in a sign Libra. Again, this superficial energy to make fairness and yeah, and I just think that people are like, okay, stop trying to be try to make things very harmonious. Just be very upfront. And maybe that could be happening during the debates. Reevaluating leadership and her creative self-expression, navigating unpredictable and her public perception. Her perception is very Libra energy. If you didn't know, it's about like who she knows, her partnerships, and not being problematic like Trump. And this could be causing a problem. But that's what the stars in the skies are saying, okay? Especially with this eclipse. Her public identity, there may be an adjustment and is not going to quite like it, okay? Emotional tensions, and she needs to recalibrate some of these things, okay? Let me see. Okay, now the solar eclipse is going to be in our fifth house. So that first eclipse on the 17th, that's the first problem. First problem. She had a lot of squaring. So she may be feeling this more than others. Okay. Now, maybe more than Trump. I'll get into Trump because I don't remember. I wrote this a long time ago. But the solar eclipse, the second eclipse in October. Now, and mind you, this eclipse could last for some 90 days after eclipse. So we got to keep watching her for that Pisces eclipse. Now, for the solar eclipse, which is October 2nd, this is going to happen in her fifth house. The fifth house is leadership, her being president. Okay. And there's something that's going to change. Okay. This is the house of leadership and presidency. And maybe this is her saying she's going to be the president, you guys. Okay. Because it's going to bring some newness. And now there's newness and leadership for her. So that could be what's happening. Let's see. Handling media and social grace could be happening with that fifth house. It's in a sign Libra. So it's like the female. Libra does represent women too. So that could be happening. It could be a prediction. Okay. We'll see what else. Let me see if it's quincunx her midheaven. So just when I said, oh my gosh, maybe a prediction, it's not quite getting along with her midheaven in a sign Pisces, and midheaven is your perception. So Venus is the ruler of this eclipse, and it's in her sixth house of work, organization, and day-to-day routines and clearing out. So there's something that could be clearing out, far as maybe her support. Now her Venus is in the fourth house, her Venus, okay? And her Venus is in the fourth house, is conjunct that Pluto, power, and Uranus. And so her Venus is living powerful and doing something different, something unexpected. Now it quincunx that midheaven is basically saying that it's not getting along with her public image. Again, the public image is an issue. And the solar eclipse is going to clip something out or start something new. Maybe she will win presidency. Maybe she will win being a president, but people won't like her for some reason. That could happen. Okay. Let me pull some cards for Kamala. Queen of Brooms. Yeah. The leader here. The leader. And I'm not saying I'm voting for her. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what it says. I just like that it confirmed. Queen of Brooms is someone who is a female leader. Okay. Queen of Brooms is someone who is a female president. Okay. There's for this card there is patience and maturity. Let me see, fermentation. Again, the same cards are coming out. Wow, I pulled the card in the middle of the deck. But there is a change here. Pluto is the second oracle card pulled for her. There is a change, a regeneration happening for her, and makes me think that these eclipses are really going to be big for her. Okay, now let's see what we have for Mr. Trump. Trump, show yourself. Okay, there we go. Now, Trump, we have, let me pull his information up. Okay, so the lunar eclipse that is happening September 17th is in his 8th house. Ooh, that's getting deep. This could be dealing with some mysteries. This also could be dealing with an ending of something that could be happening, but there's intense inner healing here. Endings and new beginnings, maybe with some shared resources that could be happening. There's a rebirth, letting go, endings, mystery, things that are very taboo, things that are very sexual, things that are very hidden. Transformation. He could be having a huge transformation. Maybe he's releasing some past emotional baggage. Maybe he's facing his fear around death because he did have a near-death experiences or experience or loss or a transfer, confronting the concept of mortality. Could be the thing for this eclipse for him. Okay, unveiling some secrets or hidden truths could be happening. Exploring issues of trust and power dynamics, because this is about power and psychology. Okay, yeah, so let me see predictions for this, and that is for all my Leo risings, by the way. Let me see predictions for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. Is squaring his moon, is conjunct his south node in the sign Sagittarius in the 5th house. And the reason why I point that out, the 5th house is leadership. So this could be an ending of him being president. And for Kamala, it's positive. For him, it's negative. Okay. So the south node is releasing of what he should be releasing in that Sagittarius in the big world things, the scheme of things. The moon could represent popularity and emotional and insecurity and lacking, and it's not going well with this eclipse, this thing that he's supposed to change, and it's a release of something. So that could be happening. It could be an ending of him trying to be a leader. Okay, emotional intention around leadership and self-expression, releasing old beliefs about leadership. Integration of no, I just write them all down. Emotional, challenging emotional reactions to leadership roles. Yeah, reassessing. Maybe the karmic patterns and lessons in leadership is all happening for him. I'm not saying I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not saying I am a Trump supporter. I really am trying to explain this so you can see it all. I'm thinking that this eclipse is going to work for Kamala, but it's still, hard. And for Donald, it's releasing of such. That's what I think is going to happen. The eclipse is also going to square his sun in Gemini. It's going and his sun in Gemini is conjunct the North Node, and his sun in Gemini is in the sun in Gemini is in his 11th house. Is it? Yeah, is in his 11th house. Could represent his party. So it's squaring even the power to be in his party. That could be happening, and what he thought he should be achieving in his lifetime. Okay, intellectual energy, maybe social media. That's all not working. Communication, speeches, all that is what he gets. Facing fears around being authentic, his authentic self, releasing ego-based desires, navigating challenges in leadership and career. All of it seems no bueno for him. Okay, let me see. Is quincunx's Mars. Quincunx's Mars in Leo in his 1st house. Again, it's not comfortable with him fighting and him fighting to be the leader. The solar eclipse in Libra. Okay, so that is what we have for that 1st eclipse. So I think this 1st eclipse is going to be eclipsing him being a leader, the ending of this. Also, too, from that eclipse, if I remember correctly, because there's so much information, but I think that one is the Sabian symbol, because I didn't do the Sabian symbol for the other one, and I think that one it was in Aries. Okay, and yeah, so the first of like the beginning of something for him, which is the beginning of the end for him. Okay, that's what I think. I don't know. Okay, solar eclipse. is going to happen in his third house. And the solar eclipse is the new beginning, and solar eclipse is bringing something new far as his relationships and his speaking. So that could be happening, revamping messaging and public speaking, being diplomatic, maybe something with law could be happening, with the media and law. That could be happening, reevaluating relationships, maybe with his peers or a partnership or someone on his team. Libra could represent some teamwork there for Trump, addressing controversies and miscommunications. Yeah, so it's something with communication, with a partnership or a team or law for him. And it's going to conjunct his Neptune. So there's some illusions here. Maybe there's some secrets. Maybe there's some compassion that can all be happening with him in the sign Libra in regards to law. So there could be some deception and some confusion there. It's going to conjunct his Chiron. So there's some healing for him, or there's some karmic things that are happening for him. The eclipse in Libra is going to sextile his Pluto. The sextile, if he works on it, there's some power or being obsessed with power that can help him with this eclipse. And eclipse is going to square his Mercury in Cancer in that 12th house. So secrets. There could be some exposing of secrets, something new, or maybe some new secrets that are happening with him. Okay. That is what we have. The eclipse for him, they don't seem that positive. A lot of things that I look for astrology for Trump hasn't been that positive, even though I mean, he had positive for his convention, and it was very positive for Biden, but it's not positive when it comes to Kamala. Okay. For Trump, we have the devil. This could be some toxic energy, not saying that he's toxic, but this card, but there's toxic energy, or like he feels imprisoned or entrapped in something. Okay. Also, this is the Eight of Cups. It's a bad glare here. But the Eight of Cups represents walking away from what no longer serves him. Again, that card will let me think that he's not going to win the presidency. I'm going to pull 2 oracle cards for him. And connected with the devil card, we have Magnetic Royal Rich, Queen Jezebel. Oh, I wonder if he's going to be caught cheating. Jezebel, we know what Jezebel is. I wonder. I'll read up on that actually. An exalted master manifester. Oh, let me read these because I'm going to read 21. 21. This is for Trump, okay? And then we'll get into. Then we shall get into our horoscopes. So, Jezebel, Queen Jezebel wants to show you how to stand in your divinity. This card shows up, you may face opposition and conflict around who you are. Betrayal from others can sting your soul. So that is what he has. He has toxic energy, and there's betrayal that is going to happen to him. And then we have 42. He's already been portrayed with the shot. I mean, whoever shot him, that is crazy that someone shot him, regardless if you like Trump or not. I think it is insane that happened. And I don't know. Okay, now exaltation, it happens, and this is with him walking away from what no longer serves him. Exaltation is the feeling of joy and peace. This phrase describes it. So he's going to be happy. He is going to be happy to walk away. This is probably, I mean, after getting shot at, I would be happy too. So whatever he's walking away that no longer serves him is going to make him happy. So now we are going to that is what I have for the politics, you guys. Okay. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit. Now we'll get into the best part. A lot of people are here for selfish reasons, and you're here for your horoscopes. Okay, I need to drink my water, and let's put the banners up, and let's talk about the horoscopes real quick. Now, it's a long doozy here. I just want to explain for the horoscopes, you guys. We're going to talk about both eclipses. So I'm going to talk about the eclipse that happens October 2nd and the eclipse that happens September 17th. So that one's first. That's in the sign Pisces. And the second one is in the sign Libra. So the first one is about something that you're going to be releasing or letting go. And the second one is about something in relationships or law. Okay. So I do expect you to check your sun, moon, and rising. If you only know your rising sign, that is fine. You'll still get something out of it. But if you know all three, I would suggest you to get all three, because you will see how they're all connected. And this is the best way you can get a free reading. Okay. So we're going to start with Aries. and Aries. Okay, so the lunar eclipse is going to happen in your 12th house, emotional releasing and healing. Okay, spiritual solitude, yeah, hidden fears, your subconscious desires, letting go of past burdens, an ideal time for meditation, rest, recharge, inner battery, recharging that inner battery, clearing space for new beginnings. Now, the solar annual eclipse, October 2nd, is going to happen in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. This is also dealing with law. So, at first, on the 17th, you're going to be dealing with something, and it's in solitude or jail or death, drugs, okay? And there's something that's going to be released there. And please listen to everything I discussed earlier. In the 7th house, you're going to be focused on relationships, partnerships, or law or fairness. And there's going to be a fresh start with you, okay? I'm going to pull, you know what? I'm just going to do the oracle cards for this. I'm going to pull an oracle card for my Aries. And we have the Black Moon and Lilith. You deserve balance. That second eclipse is going to be big for you, and it's going to bring balance in your life. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Taurus. Now, the first eclipse on the 17th, the lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is the last of its set, is happening in your 11th house, transformation in friendships and future goals. Now, this is about friendships, social networks, could be social media, future aspirations, technology. Taurus, you may experience changes in your social circle. This is like the end of it. Long-term goals that could be changing what you manifest. Embrace new connections with a support group. Redefine your path moving forward with your hopes and goals. Okay. Now, the solar eclipse in Libra in the 6th house is going to happen in the 6th house for you, October 2nd. Now, this is a focus on health, work, daily routines. Maybe you're giving sacrifice to something, or maybe it's a pet for you. Okay. Encourage you to focus on your health, your work balance, your routines, your habits, your diet, how you manage your time and energy. Yeah. So focus on your productivity. Okay. Also, maybe your pets will be starting, maybe you'll get a new pet. Okay. Now, for you, you have Eve, divine feminine awakening. I feel like it's, why did it freeze? Okay, it went frozen for a good minute. Eve, this is all about Eve, first of all, and this is all about your divine feminine awakening. Ooh, it makes me think of the definitely the house of the 6th house of the solar. Something with the solar eclipse, the annular set, because that's a feminine energy, and there's something like an awakening of you being feminine. And when I say feminine, your internal energy and improving yourself and receiving gifts yourself. So there's something feminine that is going to awaken for you. I like that. It's very positive. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Geminis. The first eclipse is going to happen in your 10th house, changes in your career and public image. Get ready for that. Your ambitions, your goals, well, not really goals, but how you are in the public. Okay, aspirations could be dealing maybe with fathers too, but there is a change there in the sign Pisces, which is something about endings, and this is the end of that eclipse. Okay, now the solar eclipse October 2nd is going to happen on the 5th house, and this is about leadership. This is also about creativity, children, and your self-expression. Maybe you get a new hobby, maybe there's something with children, maybe you will get a new child. Okay, if you're dealing with fertility, that could be happening as well. Let me pull a card for you. We have the Black Moon and Lilith in the sign Taurus. You are worthy. Now, the sign Taurus also could represent a sense of fertility, so giving a birth of something, and being really bold with that Black Moon and Lilith, being really bold in that, right? Using the Black Moon, and it's something that society doesn't seem normal, but you know that this is worth something, okay? So that is what it's saying to do. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Cancers. The first eclipse in Pisces on the 17th is going to be your 9th house. This is about expanding your horizons through spirituality and higher education. Or traveling through the world. That could be happening, and there's an ending here. Okay, I wonder what philosophical lesson you have learned. Okay, now on the fourth house, October 2nd is where that eclipse is going to happen, and this is starting something new with your The first one is starting something new. I'm messing up in the first eclipse is starting something new. This one is ending something when it comes to focus of your home, family, and inner security. Okay. I'm a Cancer sun, so this is relating to me, and I'm reading this just now. So there is some type of closure with you understanding about your home or your family or your inner security that you're aware of. I'm going to pull 2 cards for you, okay? For the first eclipse that's happening on the 17th, which is the first of it, is your intuition and emotional healing. That will be stronger than ever for you, Cancers. Okay. So that starts to awaken. For the second eclipse, Cancer, which is dealing with your home, there will be a change happening. There will be a transformation. You just need to practice patience. But the phoenix rises from the ashes. Okay. So right now you may be in the ashes when it comes to your inner security, your family, your home, your past, your legacy. That is probably happening, but there will be a rebirth here. I love that. And that very much relates to me. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Leos, this first eclipse, which is the first of Pisces, is happening in your 8th house. So there's deep, transformative, and release old patterns. This could be a death of someone, but also a birth of something that could be happening. I shouldn't say someone, but it could be something dealing with some deep-seated fears. There's healing, there's psychology. There's something that's very dark and taboo or mystery. Doing stuff that's secretive, and all that could be just starting for you. Okay, it's a very deep spiritual placement. Okay, and that's starting. The second eclipse, October 2nd, is what's ending, and that is the focus on communication, learning, and local community. Third house is also day-to-day travel too, and siblings. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for the first eclipse, and the first eclipse is happening Uranus. Uranus means expect the unexpected, and that could be happening for you. So what that really means is like, let go and let God. Whatever happens, it's going to happen, and it's going to be a surprise. Not saying it's good, I'm just saying it's going to be a surprise. Now for the second eclipse, which is something that you're closing in, it's dealing with a black moon and Lilith and Gemini. So something that you're going to communicate, and you're going to liberate the truth. The truth will be liberated. I like that. That's very positive. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos, let's see what this eclipse, the first eclipse in Pisces, which is the first of the first, right? It's in your 7th house. This is all about your relationships or law. Relationships or law or fairness. Fairness is also dealing with law, okay? So a shift in relationships, a shift in partnerships, and shift in harmonious energy, or a shift in fairness and law, okay? Now, this is the first of it. So get ready. You're at the beginning of the journey. Now, the second eclipse, which is the ending of this eclipse season, right? That's happening October 2nd, and it's going to happen in the sign Libra in your 2nd house. Now, this is a focus on finances and values and self-worth. There's a closure with something there, okay? Now, the first eclipse, you have Mary Magdalene, divine loyal goddess. I'm going to read this because I actually have a deck on this card here. So Taurus, on the September 17th, we'll read with this, and I have to hurry up because I feel like everything's overheating. Mary Magdalene is venerated in modern days as a biblical deity for her loyalty to Jesus and the deep spiritual understanding she had for her teachings. When this oracle card appears, I'll show you now. There's a loyalty and understanding from others in coming into your life. Oh, and relationships, there's a loyalty here. Relationships are delicate, art of balance, respect, and honesty. Or you are now realizing the importance of choosing the right people in your life because you are so loyal. You're responsible for anyone or anything that is draining you. You are responsible for anyone or anything that is draining you. You are responsible for anyone or anything that is anyone that's draining you. I love that. Okay. All right. So that is the first eclipse, and this is the new. So you are loyal to the friendships, but maybe you should pay attention to who you're loyal to. Okay, loyal to your loyalty is to. Now, this solar eclipse, October 2nd. The first one is September 17th. The next one is going to be October 2nd. This is the ending of something, okay, with Libra energy, and it is finances for you, okay? And when it comes to your finances, you need to honor your boundaries. Okay, don't be giving everybody money. And look at this. This is the grain. Don't be giving everyone your money. Honor your boundaries. I think that is self-explanatory. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Libras. The first eclipse is in Pisces, and this is the first of its eclipse. So get ready for the lessons of this. And this is going to be in your sixth house of health, wellness, daily routines. Okay, employees. This could be something happening with the employee. Consider how you can better serve both yourself and others with compromising your own needs when it comes to your work, your wellness, your health, and your coworkers. Okay, that's the first eclipse. This is new. Get ready for those lessons. Now, the second eclipse, October 2nd, this is the end of it, and you've already had this lessons, and there should be some closure that is happening. But it will bring something new at the same time. So, solar annual eclipse in Libra is happening in your first house. This is about your self identity and your personal goals and new beginnings. Okay, you've been having this already. Now, in the first eclipse, the one that is new, there's going to be some communication and truth happening. Get ready. Some truth at work, some truth about a health. Maybe there's going to be news about how your health really is. Okay. For the second eclipse, which is dealing with your first house, is there's emotional clearing. Can you see that? Emotional clearing. I like that. There is going to be a cleanse about who you truly are. Who are you personally, your personal goals. And maybe there's an emotional clearing for some new beginnings. Okay, you got to get that declutter. You got to clear the closet out. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Scorpios, the first eclipse, September 17th, which is the beginning of this eclipse season for Pisces, right? It's going to happen in your fifth house. So there's something with children, creative expressions, romantic revelations, redefining who you are and being happy with yourself, okay? With that first eclipse, yes, the first one in Saturn, there's going to be something with Saturn. So something that takes a long time to do, something that's like very mature. Maybe you're going to be in love with fall in love with a older man. Something with age, reality, and discipline. Also a lesson that is going to be learned too about leadership, creativity, romance, children, being your true self-expression. Okay, the second eclipse is going to happen in your 12th house. This is October 2nd. This is a closure of something. So the closure of something dealing with spiritual growth, something's dealing with secrets, things that are hidden, spiritual, I said spiritual, inner work, introspection, fears. Okay, let's see what we have. Also, it could be dealing with jail too. Okay, Jupiter, expansion, growth. There's optimism here when it's Jupiter, but something's going to get bigger in that department. So be aware of that. Jupiter, whatever it touches, it expands. So maybe this secret will get bigger and bigger, and you need to release it. Okay, Scorpios, because you guys like to keep your secrets. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius, this is going to happen. The first eclipse in Pisces, which is the first of its first. So this is all new. It's going to happen in your fourth house of transformations in your home and family life, or where you feel safe, or your past or legacy. Okay. Now, the card for that is that it will make you whole again. Something from your past or something from your home life will make you whole again. Your emotional foundations will make you whole again. What home truly means to you will make you whole again. I love that. Okay. Now, the second eclipse is going to happen October 2nd. And this is the last of these eclipses. And it's in the sign Libra. It's going to happen in your 11th house, which is focused on friendship, community, future goals, technology, your hopes and dreams, science, or maybe astrology if you're an astrologer. And this says the north nodes, the nodes of the moon, not the north nodes. There's releasing, there's clearing out, there's alignment. Okay. So the nodes of the moon, releasing, clearing. That makes me think of the south node, but there's releasing and clearing out and aligning to your purpose with this. And you are going to be aligning with your true purpose with this. I love that, Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius rising. Okay. So aligned with your purpose, with your future goals. I'm calling that out. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Capricorn's third house is where this first eclipse is happening for you in the sign Pisces, September 17th. This is going to be the first of the first, and it's going to be dealing with those lunar nodes next year, okay? So there's going to be a focus on your communication, or maybe new learnings, maybe your community, or maybe your siblings, okay? And the card that we have for this first eclipse happening is Soul Ascension. I'm going to read this one. This card is number 38. 38 is 1111. Ooh, yeah, some maybe it's something with your siblings if you have a sibling. Okay. Let me see. 38. I turned to page 38, not to the 38. Ooh, this is alchemy, ascension. So bringing balance and maybe growing into something new. Okay. After enduring a period of intense purges, transformation, inner growth, and spiritual work. This is a phase of alchemy when you begin to truly embody your sun, your soul's gold in ancient alchemy. When this card appears, you are empowered in your purpose and channeling the energy of your sun sign. So, what is your sun sign? The sun sign in astrology represents your life purpose, alignment in your birth chart. So, what is your sun sign? That sun sign, go to look at that in this horoscopes, and that's going to help you understand this eclipse a lot better. Not only that, this is saying that this, when it happens, this eclipse is going to help you become your true self. Maybe you will communicate who you truly are a lot better. Okay. Now we have the Capricorns. We have the second eclipse, and it's happening October 2nd. And this is the end of something. So you already understand this, and it's happening in your 10th house. 10th house about focus on your career and public image and long-term ambitions. You already had the issues in here. Now it's going to bring clarity in this. And we have the Black Lilith moon in Cancer. That's all about home and honoring your true emotions and the insecurities that you have and the safety net that you have when it comes to your career. And it's in the number 4, and the number 4 is bringing stability. So there's something with your home and career, or something with your emotions and career, or something with your mom and career. You know this more than I know this because you've already had these lessons, Capricorn. But there's something with honoring your true emotions when it comes to your public image, long-term ambitions, and your career. Is this a home with your career? Because Cancer does represent home. I mean, a home in your long-term ambitions, owning a home, moving a home, changing a home. That could be happening for you. Okay. Long-term goals is what we get for this. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay. Aquarius, the first eclipse in Pisces happening in your second house. This is reassessing what you value, your self-worth, and your financial foundations. Let me pull a card. The eclipse is going to bring something new and end at the same time. Projection, your spiritual gold. Oh, let me read on this for all my Aquarius. 44. A lot of stability happening here. Double time. Oh, I keep turning to the page and not the card number. 44. This is the last card in the. So this is like, you need to know the lesson, okay? Spiritual goal. You have reached the end of the rainbow. Okay, and it's a Pisces. So Pisces is representing ending. When this projection card appears, the cosmos wants you to let you know the abundance and joy and fulfillment have arrived. You are at the end of your journey towards self-acceptance and empowerment. And what do you truly value? What is your self-worth? What are your financial achievements? Because you're at the end of this rainbow. Your shadow is projected back to you when you cast it out to others. But so is your light when you go through the alcheming process and embody it. This is a final gate in the alchemic. It's using magnum opus. Okay. Basically, what you give is what you shall receive. Okay. So, what you value and your financial foundations, if you project that out in the world. So, if you say, I have no finances, that's what you project and that's what you shall receive. Okay. So be aware of this because you're at the end of this rainbow and you have your spiritual gold. Spiritual also it's interesting because it's in the sign Pisces, which represents spirituality, and and it says gold represents finances too. So there's something with spirituality and money that you need to connect. Okay. Now let's do the second eclipse, which is happening in your the solar annual eclipse in Libra is happening in your 9th house, which is a focus on travel, higher learning, your philosophical beliefs. Could be dealing with some law too. And you have the sun. This is your soul's purpose. Okay. Very positive, very optimistic. Also the start of fertility and starting something too. Okay. So yeah, this is the end of it though. You already know it. And your sun, your soul purpose, whatever it is, Aquarius, your soul purpose in higher learning or reevaluating your beliefs. This is your purpose, and you're aware of what it is. It's a time to embrace new philosophies and culture. Oh, this makes me think of my son. He's an Aquarius rising. This makes me think that his sole purpose should be looking at what is it? Anthropology. What is it, Kasha, you want to do? He's trying to act like he can't hear me. But this is because it's looking at different cultures. So this makes me relate to him. But this is his sole purpose. Your sole purpose, Aquarius. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, wait. I should say the sole purpose of looking at different cultures, because that ninth house is the world. Okay. So that's where I was tying that in. So traveling could be your sole purpose, or looking at other cultures, but also higher learning and philosophical beliefs. Okay, Pisces, you are the last of the last. We save the best for the last, okay? And this first eclipse in your sign is, of course, happening in your first house. So this is all about personal transformation of the self-discovery, profound period and just self-discovery. You may feel a strong urge to redefine who you are and how you present yourself to the world. It's a powerful time to release old identities, embrace your true authentic self, trust your intuition, of course, Pisces. And look, look at this, trust your intuition. And it's the card of Neptune. Can you see that? It says Neptune. And I'm trying to make it, I'm mad that the lighting is so bad, but it says Neptune, and it's such a beautiful card. But it says magic, imagination, illusion, spirituality, intuition, going off of what you feel, more importantly than anything. But be aware of the illusions that are happening, okay? Yes, and the unknown things, okay? But it's okay, because this is truly who you are. And also be aware of escaping too. Okay. Now, the second eclipse, which is the last of his last, is in your 8th house. And this could be about shared resources. This could be things that are very taboo, things that are very secretive, intimacy, transformation, psychology. Did I say taboo? That could be happening. We have the Mother of Gods for you in this card. Okay. The Mother of Gods. Let's see. I mean, I would think that's a lot of power. First of all, we are going to 20. Oh, yeah, relationship with God too. Something very spiritual here. Divine feminine goddess is what she is, and mother of gods, whom the ancient worshipped as the queen of heaven. When this oracle card comes up in your reading, consider matters of involving your mother, your home, or your family tree. Pisces, I wonder what's going on here. Is something saying of your mother? Are from your past. Is this a shadow? Is this a secret? The shadows around this can feel difficult. Issues of fertility. Oh, this also could be rebirth here. Okay. This 8th house. There could be something of rebirth, or something of a death that happened, dealing with your mom, or dealing with a mom, or you becoming a mom. It's a time to face what has been hidden beneath the surface. It's a time to face what has been hidden beneath the surface. Okay. You also can be changing your home, renovating, or taking part in an ancestral healing through a spiritual moderately. Okay. Yeah. So this is something that is hidden. And then something could be dealing with your mom, something that could be dealing with rebirth. Okay. Yeah. And I want you to be open, and I want you to release the skeletons out the closet. Okay, Pisces? Yes, that will help you with the healing. So I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Thank you for watching all this. And next video, I'm not sure what it's on, but it will be a next video later on this week. I will see you next time. Bye.